Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. How y'all doing this beautiful Wednesday, February 15th? Hopefully you're out of the rain and it's a very pleasant day. Make sure I am looking at the great camera, right? I am, right? Yeah. Okay, just making sure. All right. Because sometimes when I glance over that one. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm glancing over there, it just throws me a curveball.
You gonna hire me to floor this thing? Or what?
I just didn't I? Wait a minute. Does that mean, hey, I'm not paying prevailing wage, Buster? Bill Shrode is here, and we're going to talk all kinds of fun stuff today. We're going to talk ham radio. We're going to talk about how that affects how the ham radio, you can use it for a severe weather to tell folks when the tornadoes coming and all that is. There's a severe weather seminar. We're going to talk about that. Try to get around it in a fun way. Which this weekend and coming up this weekend in Effingham. We'll get to all that here in just a minute here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in here. Like I said, on this beautiful February 15th day, you're off camera now, so feel free to read and stretch and do whatever you need. Stretch, boy, I tell you what, you have some stories about stretching.
Just read this.
Wednesday, February 15th, what is going on today? Ladies and gentlemen, down here in Florida at 2 p.m., actually down there in Florida, now that we're in Louisville, at 2 p.m. today, the Florida Public Library will be hosting weekly workshops in gardening. It's a good time to start. And horticulture through March. Going to get started now, go through March. The workshops will be held each Wednesday. Today, from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., presentations will be made by master gardeners and horticulture educators. Monthly schedules and reminders will be posted on the library's Facebook page. So if you want more information about what's going on, by all means, check out the Facebook page on Wednesday. Today, the class will be on plant propagation. And if you're, apparently this is plant propagation 2. There must have already been the 1 class. So plant propagation 2. For more information, give them a call at the library at 662-6553. You a gardener, Bill?
No.
You don't garden?
No. Got no place. Well, I got a place to garden, but I got no way to irrigate it.
It's supposed to rain tonight.
I mean, other than au naturel, I've got.
I see. I understand. I get what you're saying.
No plumbing.
No plumbing. I understand. What else going on today, folks? A blood drive over in Olney at over in Salem, my bad, at the Salem Community Activity Center. That's, of course, just about a block south of the high school, folks, at 416 Oglesby Street in Salem. It says here 1 donation can save up to 3 lives, but maybe even more than that, depending on how far they can spread stuff. As the best way to go about it, ladies and gentlemen, go to redcrossblood.org. Make yourself an appointment for the drive today over in Salem. And then you'll be able to fill out the Fast Pass, be able to fill out your history and get all that stuff out of the way. It cuts down the amount of time, probably by about a half an hour. And especially if you get an appointment, it's really the best way to go. So the blood drive today from noon till 5 p.m. over at the Salem Community Activity Center, and they'll probably give you some sandwiches and things to do. What else is going on here on this February 15th? Yesterday was the lovey-dovey Valentine's Day, right? Everybody had fun, lovey-dovey Valentine's Day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Singles Awareness Day, or SAD for short, as February 15th, Singles Awareness Day, reminds folks that there is nothing wrong with being single. In fact, the day after Valentine's Day points out all the ways that singledom benefits our communities and more. Several benefits to being unattached. Singles can come and go as they please with no regard to a partner's schedule, wants, or needs. Career opportunity, by all means, go. A single doesn't need to consult a spouse before accepting an offer. It's also easier for singles to keep up healthy habits, as you don't get sucked into eating pizza because your partner doing it. That actually happens probably more to my wife than to
You
me.
a pizza connoisseur?
The whole pizza, yes, yeah, the whole sucked into eating pizzas when you didn't want to do it. So yeah, it's a wonderful day for folks if you're single to go out and enjoy what is going on. How did this begin? How did single? Oh, by the way, there's some great awareness days for some cookies. If you're sick of the whole Valentine's happiness cookies, how about those? Those will help you out. The Single Awareness Day has been around since 1999. And actually, in a blog post on February 11, 2005, Mississippi State University student Dustin Barnes lays claim to the creation of the day. According to his article, Barnes and his high school friends invented it back in the day. The earliest record they could find is 1999. Another celebration has been taking place in the United Kingdom for some time. Some of the articles they found reference the celebration in the UK, while others make no reference at all. Whether the observance was created in the United States or in the UK, nobody knows for sure. But so it's a nice way to enjoy being single for those of you folks who don't have to mess with Valentine's Day. And actually,
Yes.
at a particular age, Bill,
Yes.
you kind of quit messing with Valentine's Day too.
Well, yeah. Things just kind of.
We got to move on again, don't I?
Yeah.
What else is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? It's a fun one. National Gumdrop Day is February 15th each year. I hate gumdrops. I'm really not. I don't like the texture. You a big gumdrop guy?
Well, let's don't go into that.
Well, see, you're not going to let me talk about anything today.
Oh, I got all kinds of stuff.
The classic board game Candyland features both a gumdrop pass and a gumdrop mountain. And besides enjoying them by the handful, there are many other ways to enjoy gumdrops and cookies. You can decorate cakes, maybe cupcakes, with gumdrops, and that's fun. You can put them in popcorn cake. I don't know what that is. Use it for crafts or for gifts. Handy ways
A
to.
standard component of gingerbread houses.
That would make sense. If you're building a gingerbread house, you can make lighting and all kinds of different things with gumdrops. I don't make gingerbread houses either.
I don't either. I just seen them.
Yeah, that's cool though. There's nothing wrong with that. What else is? By the way, all right, it's quiz time.
Mm-hmm.
How many calories in a gumdrop? This is a good one. This is maybe another reason I don't like gumdrops. It's too many doggone calories in it.
275.
That seems like a lot. No, 17.
Oh.
17 seems like a lot.
I was thinking there'd be more sugar than that. But
Well, yeah, but 275 is more like a Snickers bar.
oh, okay.
Yeah, Now, if you're talking Snicker bar gumdrops, I'll get involved with that. That's okay. I'm fine with that. That'll work for me. What else is today, ladies and gentlemen? This is a National Flag Day in Canada. On February 15th, 1965, they raised the national flag for the first time with the maple leaf, as there's kind of a history right there of the flags over Canada. There were the Union Jack since 1621, and then when it became Canada in 1870, you had the ones with the red over there, and that's the one with the red and the Union Jack in the corner. That's what they used during the war, the World War I and II, and they didn't come up with the maple leaf until the 1960s. Apparently, one of 2,600 submissions to a parliamentary committee. How about that? I had no idea that they have a different flag than they did years ago. I thought the maple leaf was there for years.
Well, we had how many?
Well, we changed the number of stars, but it's basically been the same thing.
Well, we had "Don't Tread on Me," and we had.
Well, now that's true. But it's been
We
the
had a
Stars-
couple others before.
It's been the Stars and Stripes for
Oh, yeah.
200 years or so, right?
Thereabouts.
Yeah, 220 something.
Washington Commission.
30.
What's her name? To,
You think that's real? You think that really happened? See, now this is the thing. The whole Betsy Ross story is steeped in mythology. Who was Betsy Ross in Canada, I wonder? Who was the one who came up with that flag?
I don't know. That would be interesting.
That's a good
We ought to
question.
look that
Trivia
up.
question, ladies and gentlemen. Trivia question
Who
coming up.
developed the flag for Canada?
Who developed the flag for Canada? I don't have a clue. We'll have to figure that out. What do you want to see on TV, ladies and gentlemen? What's on TV tonight? It's NBA basketball it's Cleveland at Philadelphia at 6:30 on ESPN channel 601. That'll be followed up by the Pelicans of the Lakers, and also tonight at 6 o'clock the Bulls are in Indianapolis to take on the Pacers. Hockey tonight. It's the Blackhawks at the Maple Leafs. Now, see how that makes sense.
That works.
Maple Leafs are going to play here on Flag Day in Canada. And that's 6 o'clock on TNT channel 633, followed by the Avalanche at the Wild. And NCAA men's basketball here on Wednesday night. The Golden Gophers on Big Ten Network at 6 p.m. That'll be followed. They take on Michigan State. They'll be up at East Lansing. That'll be followed by the Hoosiers at the Wildcats. That's going to be a good game. I urge you to watch the Big Ten Network at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. Tonight. Number one, Alabama Crimson Tide doubleheader on ESPN2. They are at Tennessee, number 1 versus number 10 at 6. Arkansas versus Texas A&M will follow that. And then a triple header on ESPNU at 6 o'clock. Virginia is at Louisville. That'll be a blowout. TCU will be at Iowa State, and then Oregon is at Washington taking on the Huskies. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Bill Shrode. My name is Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after this on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in a second.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this beautiful February 15th. Nice Wednesday, February 15th. Hope you're having as nice a day as I am, as hopefully Bill is. Bill, welcome back to the show.
Hi there.
What do you think of the Bill's? This is Bill's first trip through the new studio. What are you thinking?
A little roomier.
Is it roomier? We were trying to figure it out.
We're not tripping over things, getting in and out of the place.
No, we haven't injured anybody yet.
We're not in that closet you were in.
Not in the closet.
At the other building.
Not in the closet. I did have my first complaint yesterday, though. I don't have my mirror up yet, so that somebody could look in their face, in the mirror before they went on television.
Makeup.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But welcome to Louisville here to shoot, and you've done the show a few times. We always enjoy talking about the ham radio. Tell me a little bit as a novice, because we almost signed me up last time, as I recall.
I still got books.
You still got the books that you'll teach me.
Yes.
You are the certified ham radio
I'm a
instructor.
certified instructor. And a volunteer examiner.
So if I want to become, and we went through the process.
Yes.
Last week would have been 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
Probably.
About.
Of signing me up for it, which I never turned in. Thankfully for the airwaves of the United States, I never turned it in. How many ham radio operators are there in this area?
In this area, there's probably a couple hundred in the immediate couple of counties here.
So that would be about 1 out of every 100 people, you think?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Do anybody, and we've talked about this before, but I'm wanting to make sure that folks understand that it's not a tremendous investment, is it, to get into ham radio?
No, you can get started with, they have changed the fee situation just slightly. The government has decided once again they need money for the privilege. So,
a privilege of free radio.
Let's don't go there. And there was a lot of debate about how much. Well, they settled on $35. The way it works is you take your exam, you pay the exam processing fee to the VEC organization. Like for me to give you an exam is $15.
Right.
Because I have to send that exam after I've graded it up to Newington, Connecticut, and they double check it, and then they send it on to the FCC. The FCC will issue your call sign. You will see it on the database. They no longer print the fancy scroll work licenses anymore. You have to download.
Wait a minute. You're paying more, but they're not giving you the scroll anymore?
Well, you let me get through the thing.
What a crock.
You let me get through the thing. So you get your. So
you realize I just tried to break you.
I know. So you get your call sign.
I'd turn your head to that camera.
There it is.
So
you get your call sign.
No. The reason I'm doing that is because I want people to see your hat.
I want to see the hat.
Because your call sign is on the hat. Yeah. That's exactly what we're talking about.
The ARRL.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So you get your call sign, and you will get an email when you sign your paperwork for the application.
Well, if I'm not online.
You have to provide an email address.
Bill's leaving. Bill's going to get up and leave. He's had enough. He's had enough of me. Okay, all right.
Because that's the only way. That's the only way they can communicate with you. Because they don't answer the phone. I know. I've called them.
And you've only been doing this 30 years. You'd think you'd have like a special number.
Well, years ago there was a number, but nowadays. Anyway. And a lot of that came up from COVID when the government sent everybody home. Anyhow, you get your call sign, and they will contact you by email. You will have 10 days from receiving that email to remit the $35 fee that the government requires in order to keep your call sign.
Is that annually? Or
no,
is that a one-time?
That's every 10. Well, it's every 10 years. I'm not sure if there's a fee on renewal anymore. Okay. But the license is good for 10 years. So.
And the cool part about this is you can contact, this is fun. You can talk to folks from all across the country, all across the planet.
Yeah.
If you bounce off the right
You can even talk
towers.
You can even talk to the space station. On a good day.
Last time you were here, you said you knew a guy who had talked to the space station.
I know people that have talked to the space station.
Have you?
No, I haven't. I need to set up an antenna that will do that. That takes a little more hardware.
A little bit more money to talk to the space station.
No, not that much.
Oh, that's cool.
They also set up programs where schools can be set up for a day to talk to the space station.
Oh, no, that's fun.
You can have the kids can talk to the space station for like 5 minutes or something like that because they are moving.
Are you able to contact large floating balloons 70,000 feet in the air?
No. Weather balloons I can get data from. I can get the weather.
Is it in Chinese?
No, it's not in Chinese.
You're not biting on my jokes at all, Bill. You're killing me here. I tell you what, let's do. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to slap Bill around a little bit. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about what's going on this weekend because it's going to be cool. It can help you and the public, and it'll help everybody out. This is Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Bill Shrode is here. We're talking ham radio and severe weather seminars this weekend. Back in a sec, tell you all about it.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Bruce Dickey, joined today by Bill Shrode. He is a ham operator. And tell me what is going on this. I'm going to try not to make you laugh this time. Is that all right?
Thank you. This Saturday, the 18th of February, at the Thelma Keller Convention Center, we are having a major seminar day put on by the National Trail Amateur Radio Club in Effingham. The National Weather Service will be there with seminars and weather spotter training sessions. There will also be an introduction to the Incident Command System.
Now, what is that?
That is the rules, framework, if you will, that goes into effect when there is an incident, a disaster,
a tornado,
an earthquake, whatever, railroad mishap, stuff like that.
How often do these things? How often are these called into service? ham radios and that kind of thing for such thing?
Well, earthquakes are pretty common. Hurricanes are pretty common. There's people down south now probably still working on the last one that blew through. I don't even remember where it was.
Yeah.
But it was this last summer,
Well,
right?
you know, for that matter, you've also got the folks in East Palestine, Ohio,
Right.
Dealing with the rail derailment.
Right,
out there.
right. There's probably somebody down there handling, health and welfare communications. Puerto Rico still has people. I
Do they
think.
really?
Yes.
That's like 4 years ago.
Well, it's the infrastructure's slow to put back together down there.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyway. There'll also be an explanation of ham radio for those of you that are interested in finding out what it is exactly us old men do crouched over all this equipment.
Is it mainly men?
Yeah, I'd
the
say
last
it's-
time we talked, because your wife
it's-
does it too.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably about 60-40.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was just mainly men, because I thought there were, I was thinking that there were women involved too, because they're probably best at organizing these things for us to take part into.
Yeah.
I can't get him to go, folks. I can't get him to go.
I'm not touching that one. You have women watching this show. I'm not
Hopefully.
touching that.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're better at organizing. I'm going to go. I'm going to be in real trouble.
There'll be a seminar on what is ARES, the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, of which I am a coordinator for Richland County.
ARES.
ARES. That'll be presented by the American Radio Relay League, which is our voice in Congress, ham operators and so on and so forth.
I would think, because you're not covered by the FCC, right? Or are you covered by the FCC? Is the FCC
our operating rules?
governing?
Our operating rules are covered by the FCC.
Okay.
We got to follow the law as
yeah.
it is. There will be a seminar on what to do with your home weather station, or how to build a home weather station, or what to do with the information you get from it as far as reporting it to the National Weather Service.
Hold on.
Yes.
Time out.
I'm here.
So you're telling me, and me being one of them, but I'm not a farmer, so I don't have a single spot. I'm in town, and it really doesn't make sense to me to have a weather station. However, if I was a farmer, and farmers take measurements of the weather all the time, I can become a spotter and turn that in just willy-nilly to the government, and they'll
Well,
listen
there's
to
a
me.
procedure, and you got to sign up and so on and so forth. But yes, you can do that.
How many do they need?
Truth be told, and I'll give you a classic example, where I live,
Yeah.
which is along 130 and spitting distance from the Edwards County line.
Okay.
Okay. I live directly under where the weather radar signals from Paducah, Kentucky's weather office and Lincoln, Illinois' weather office cross over each other.
Oh, okay. You're in a section.
Yeah, so I am signed up with both of those weather services.
No kidding.
Yes, and that is mainly because where those signals cross over is about 5,000 feet up. They really don't know what's happening on the ground unless somebody in our area calls it in.
Well, now that makes sense, because you'll see, you'll see the occasional radar that, and
On
if
TV.
on television.
Yes.
And it says that, hey, I'm in a dark green now. It ought to be raining right here.
Yeah.
And I'm standing outside and it's not raining.
Or the National Weather Service that says, we see rotation in this area, but we don't know if there's a tornado or what. And we call it in and say, there's a funnel, but it's not on the ground.
Okay, so so as a spotter, you're helping.
We clarify the
You're
information.
clarifying it. Are you doing that through ham? Or are you doing that through computer? Or what are you doing?
I can do it by contacting them online. I can do that by calling a phone number at the spotter coordinator's office.
Okay.
I can do it if there's a bunch of us out running around following a storm situation. We call it into one guy who we designate as net control.
Okay.
And he handles relaying the
Like the pool
information.
reporter.
Like a pool reporter.
Okay.
He handles relaying the information. Clay County
makes a ton of
does that
sense.
a lot. The Clay County Club does a lot of storm spotting.
Is that right?
Yes.
See, I didn't realize that. I mean, you and I have talked about ham radios for years. I never realized the storm spotting was part of it, and it's not necessarily part of it, of course.
No.
But I mean, if you're interested, it's kind of a ideal pathway to that, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'll be doggone.
And there will be a woman, Melinda King, who is a professional storm chaser. She will have pictures and stories and whatnot of.
Oh, now that's
She's a braver sort than I
was
am.
gonna say, have you talked to her before?
No, I have probably seen some of her material before, but I personally go in after the storm. I don't
Right.
go around in front of it.
Well, you see, that's the thing. That's where
I'm too old for that kind of adventure.
That's where the ham radio comes in. I mean, when communications and
Right.
cellular towers are
When
not.
all else fails is our
Right.
slogan.
So is she going to be giving presentation, more than
Yes.
one, or?
Yes, all of these presentations will happen twice on that Saturday, as will the spotter training session. They start at 8 o'clock in the morning and run through the day, and then after the break for lunch at 1 o'clock, they start up again about 1:30, 1:45.
Okay, so this really.
And it's free, folks.
Well,
We ain't charging
This is
nothing
all
for
free.
this.
This is all free. But you're not giving food away, though.
No.
No food included. But this is all free, and it goes from 8 till when?
8 till 4:30.
And it is, but it's something. Is it something that I could budget a part of my day to, or is it something that I really need to sit? I guess it depends what I want to get out of it. Right?
You could go and come back. The weather spotting sessions are about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So that's gonna tie you down for a little bit. But each of these other sessions are anywhere from a half an hour to an hour.
Okay.
And if you can't make it in the morning for all of them, you can come back in the afternoon and finish up what you didn't get to see, or pick out the ones you want to see and all that.
Again, this is going to be at the Thelma Keller Convention Center.
Yes.
This Saturday, February 18th. I tell you what, let's do. I'm gonna burrow into a little bit more of this stuff. I like that weather spotter stuff. Okay. I want to hear more about that. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Catch TV. I'm here with Bill Shrode. We're talking about ham radio and how it can be used in everyday life, because severe weather's everyday life anymore, isn't it?
It is around here.
It sure is. We'll be back right after this. Please do stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners, made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV.
You love to know what we talk about.
You really don't want to know what Bill and I talk about. Actually, it wouldn't hurt anything. We're talking about
the industry.
The industry, that's exactly right. Bill is a ham radio expert, but even though you're not to that level of instructor expert, right? What's the level you didn't make?
I'm an extra.
You're an extra.
I'm top license there is.
You're the top license. I thought you stopped one short.
No.
Okay, well, take it all back. I'm sorry. Bill's talking about, and we're talking about this severe weather seminar. It's set for this Saturday, February 18th, at the Thelma Keller Convention Center up in Effingham, north side of Effingham. Doors open at 8 a.m. If I want more information, where do I go?
You can go to the National Trail Amateur Radio Club Facebook page.
National Trail Amateur Radio Club, that's the one out of Effingham County,
That's the one out of Effingham, yes.
Okay. And probably if you're Clay County like we are.
Russ Thomas and the gang up there would be glad to help you.
Okay. And I guess you're in Richland County. You're the amateur, the ham radio clubs. They'll probably point you this direction if you'd ask too, right?
Yeah, probably. Clay County's been made aware of it. I think Wabash County's been made aware of it.
You know, Wayne is.
Wayne is because a week later. I lost
the day that the other session.
Oh yeah.
You told me that we had to talk about the other session, then you forget about it.
I forgot where we were going. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
There is another session
in case you can't make
for
the 18th.
Spotter training.
Spotter training only.
Yeah, spotter training only. Let's see, where am I?
It's at the
Frontier Community College.
Boyles Hall.
Bob Boyles Hall at 6 p.m. You will have to register for that session, and you do that by going to weather.gov/PAH. That's because the Paducah Weather Office is teaching this one.
And that's a Wednesday, February 22nd.
Weather.gov/PAH/spotter training, no spaces.
Wow. That is almost difficult to recall, but I'm glad you wrote it out for me.
Yeah.
Weather, WEATHER.gov, so weather.gov, PAH. / What's the PAH stand for?
For Paducah Weather
Paducah
Office.
Weather. How come they don't call it PAD?
Because it's not spelled that way.
Paducah is.
I don't argue with them.
/ spotter training. There you go. And is that one? Will they need reservations for?
They need to know how many are coming. It's not they need to know how many seats and how much paperwork.
They serving food at that one?
No, they're not serving food.
Just ask.
There's not a lot of free food in these deals.
It's too bad.
I know.
All right, let's get back to Saturday the 18th. Let's and the spotter training. This is there a need? Are we looking for more weather spotters? What's the
National Weather Service can always use eyes on the ground.
That's what I'm asking.
They can always use people that can tell them what's going on down here on the dirt.
How far apart do they like to have them? I mean, you've got when you're talking a area like Southern Illinois, you could go miles without running into a residence, for crying out loud.
They've never really given me a figure, but I would think it would be ideal if we had somebody every 25 square miles or something like that.
Okay, within a 5-mile block.
Yeah.
Yeah. So up here, someone between halfway between, somebody between, or in Louisville, somebody in Florida, somebody in Well, probably closer than you'd need somebody closer than Noble and Effingham, and so you'd want somebody between
Somebody
Noble and Albany.
somebody in Wheeler, you know.
Yeah, you'd want somebody in Dietrich from Effingham, maybe somebody in T-Town.
I was going to say Teutopolis.
There may not be enough.
No, there may not be enough.
And I don't know if there are or not.
And since it's all volunteer, they don't all call in at the same time during the same event. But the more we've got, the easier it is to get a hold of what's going on.
How are you folks? You're a spotter too, right?
Yes.
How are you folks informed of the need of at a particular incident? Say, do you get a beep on your handheld ham saying, "Hey, Bill, go outside, see what it's doing"?
If one of the clubs needs my services, they'll usually either contact me or page me or whatever on my phone.
No kidding.
If the emergency coordinator in Richland County needs communications from somewhere that's out in the woods someplace or something or whatever, he knows how to get a hold of me.
Where you are, it'd be somebody from Lawrence County, probably. Where if you're in Parkersburg, the way weather usually goes.
Well, it'd be somebody from Richland County usually.
Well, they would get a hold of you, but the information that you would provide is probably already gone. Whatever weather has already gone through Richland County.
Yeah, okay. Because it moves southwest to northeast.
Right.
It's the normal track.
So somebody from Red Hill or from Bridgeport or Lawrenceville would be the one saying, "Hey, Bill, is the big one coming?" I got to tell you, Bill, if you see it, I expect it looks big enough to you.
Yeah. There have been times when that I have called my other office over there that I don't know that we can mention that.
I don't care. We're on cable. Okay. You can mention them all you want.
All right. Since I work for WAKO, that's usually who I contact first and say, hey, either something's moving this way or that way, or I will call them and I will say, what's the situation over there? Because we're getting, that sort of thing.
All heck's breaking loose here.
Yeah. There was the one time we had the situation in Sumner that there was some pretty severe weather moved through there one night.
That was years ago.
Yeah.
That was pretty severe. I'm trying to remember this.
And I actually took some pictures over there and sent them up to Lincoln.
Oh, no kidding.
And based on those pictures and other information that had been gathered that night, because I was feeding that through somebody else that was calling them and telling them.
So that's how they're using those pictures to determine.
Yeah. It was
destructive amount.
It was straight line winds.
Oh,
it was not a tornado.
Okay, so this was one of those
straight line winds.
derechos or something like that.
It took a lot of trees down and did some other stuff.
Was this the same night the one hit Carbondale? I think it was pretty close to that night, wasn't it?
Might have been. I don't know if that was a separate one or because there was that one night that we had 3 or 4 incidents in different places, but it was a hopscotch deal.
Yeah.
The one that was in Sumner, I believe, hopscotch down toward Evansville.
It went south?
It went southeast.
Wow. That's unusual.
It was a weirdie.
Well, maybe I guess it depends where it got caught on the jet stream.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's wild.
True enough.
Yeah, that to me is pretty cool. So, what time is this lady? Is the lady starting her stuff?
Let's see.
And she'll only be there on the 18th, right?
She'll only be there on the 18th.
She's not making the 22nd.
Her first seminar is at 11 o'clock, and her second seminar is at 3:45.
All right, I tell you what, let's do. We're going to come back, wrap things up with Bill. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of ham radio, how folks can become involved. I mean, there's nothing we've talked about it a few times, but there's nothing wrong with repeating it because it's an important cog in the American life that probably not as many people are doing than used to, right?
And it even qualifies as STEM learning.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, wow. How about that? You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll be back, and I'm going to learn science
technology,
engineering.
math, and engineering.
See, you got them out of order up. STEAM.
STEAM.
You're watching Big Talk Thursday. Back in a sec.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Day. And I see they would have enjoyed that conversation too. Doggone it. I need to turn the microphones up a little bit quicker, ladies and gentlemen. As Bill Shrode is here, we're talking about the severe weather seminar taking place on February 18th from 8 a.m. until it's done. 4:30 thereabouts. You can, depending how much time you put in, is how much you're going to get out of it. And there's going to be seminars all day long of different things
for free.
This is free. If you can't make it to the severe weather spotter training is at Frontier Community College on the 22nd for free as well, right?
For free.
And on those you need for either of these, you need to get a hold. You said we talked about the reservations. You probably need
the reservations are for the Frontier College,
and that is who do you get a hold of for that?
That is the.
Hold on, I keep making you change pages there. I feel bad about that.
Where did my notes go? Weather.gov.
Oh, that's that one. Yeah, we're not going to
/PAH/spotter training, no spaces.
All right, I'm not repeating that. Or back up your computer if your TiVo. If you want to hear that one again. Okay, but it's tremendously important because this has been used, ham radio. There have been many cases over the course of the last 100 years in the use of ham radio that it has been the only real source of communication, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Such as when?
Such as World War I, a lot during World War II.
That was how
they called the ham because the government did not have radio operators. Mm-hmm. They called ham radio in and set them up to be the communications division in the Army.
That's how the reports from the front worked to newspapers. right?
That's how, well.
But that's also how, I didn't realize that's how the communications within the Army actually work.
Yes, that's the way that worked. Because technology was what it was back then, that is the way, for instance, Edward R. Murrow talked to CBS back home.
Live from London.
That's
pretty cool. That's really cool. And basically bouncing it off of tower after tower after tower, right?
No, well, bouncing it off of the ionosphere. That was true shortwave radio. It went up and came down on its own out of the clouds.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of the frequencies we work with, that is the kick to the hobby, is seeing where you can make it go and where it'll end up.
How far can you get a bounce off of those?
Depends on...
Off of the ionosphere.
Depends on the time of year, the time of day. Usually at night you go further. That's why you can hear...
Because you don't have solar flares hitting you or anything like that?
That's why you can hear AM radio stations from other cities at night, but you can't hear them during the day.
Yeah.
Okay, because it does the same thing. Anywhere from 50 miles to a couple thousand, maybe. Depends on what frequency, what time of year.
And this is the first, you're talking the single bounce, not off of, you're talking not from tower to tower to tower.
No, we're talking just a signal bouncing its way around the globe.
That's pretty cool.
There are documented cases of people aiming their signal in this direction, and I believe it's a minute and a half later hearing it come back from this direction.
90 seconds, 200, so that's radio. That is true radio, 250.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And they did it with 1 watt.
Now hold on a second.
It could be done.
I know very little about power, but I know that my speakers need to be about 500 watts if I want it to be really loud.
Different critter. See, if you got your license, you'd be able to understand this stuff.
Oh, okay. Now we're going to go back to the STEM teaching after all.
Yes, we are. Let me interject this real quick.
Please do.
Where are we?
Here, I'll put it in front of right there.
Okay. This is this month's copy of Make magazine. It is a hobbyist's magazine. They mainly concern themselves with building things with Raspberry Pi boards and various computer controls. There are 3 very good articles that go into depth on ham radio, its purpose, its uses, et cetera, et cetera. You will probably have to go online to order that, but if you can find it, pick up a copy of that magazine, and you'll be able to learn a lot about what I'm talking about.
Well, this is a good hobbyist magazine, not only for ham radio. You can probably get all kinds of other interesting stuff to help on a computer and all that kinds of stuff.
There's a couple articles in there on 3D printers. And
$30 vertical wind turbine. Mm-hmm. Is that a power? Is that a power producer?
Yes, for doing your own.
No kidding.
Yeah. Takes a little sheet metal work and a couple of bicycle wheels, but I just glanced through the article.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You ever thought of doing that?
I've thought about using old vehicle propellers and alternators to get a 12-volt generator.
And that would work?
It would work well enough to power my radios if I had wind.
I'll be doggone. That's pretty good. So, check if you want more information on ham radios. That will help you out. How long does it take to run through a educational protocol? If I was interested and wanted to start doing one, how long would it take me?
There are courses that clubs give that are a couple of days.
I know you've had...
When I teach the course, it's usually 6 to 8 weeks and a couple of nights a week.
Yeah.
But I go into a little more depth.
Well, you see, you're
of the information.
You said you're going to teach me the STEM stuff.
Yes.
I'm gonna be able to build my own battery or something like that.
Well, you could.
I like the thought. I don't know what I'd do with it. But you never.
Try not to burn the house down.
Try not to burn the house down. That is, key number one.
There is such a thing as misusing the knowledge,
I don't want to do that. What got you into this? Into that? I know it's part of your job is in the radio now, but you've been in television. You've been, you've been all over the world. What got you into amateur radio?
Electronics and that sort of thing kind of lives through the family. My dad's father owned an appliance store and tinkered with radios back in the day. The old cathedral.
The old
jobs.
big. What made you skip past CB right to ham?
I was in CB for a while.
Right.
We got into it for a while when I was a kid.
Does CB still exist much?
Yes.
Do people use it other than truckers?
Some people do.
I
worked for one of the major manufacturers for 13 years.
Oh, really?
I worked for Dynascan Corporation, which owned Cobra at the time.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And I worked...
Cobra probably just makes it now on police scanners and stuff, don't they?
I'm not sure what all they carry anymore. They still have CB radios. You can go in the truck stop and find Cobra radios.
I hadn't thought about that. How easy is it for me to find a ham radio? Like I know that you mentioned there are you could basically get in for very little money, or you could pay whatever you want, right?
Right. There are the best place to go shopping, get an idea what you're getting into, is to go to a ham fest. Funny you should ask.
That's why I'm here.
There is a ham fest coming up the 4th of March in Cave City, Kentucky. There is one coming up in, the 25th of March in Milwaukee.
I'd rather go to Milwaukee than Cave City, Kentucky. Where is Cave City, Kentucky?
It's over by...
between Louisville and Lexington, maybe?
Yeah, it's over by the Mammoth Cave area.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking.
The big yearly ham fest, there's two of them. One was in January. It's called Hamcation down in Orlando, Florida. And the big one for the summer, quote unquote, is in Dayton, Ohio, or a suburb of Dayton, Ohio, now that they no longer have the convention center there. That's called it's not Hamcation. It's but it's a big ham deal.
If you go online, you go hit Google.
Go to arrl.org, and there will be a place on their homepage that says Ham Fests and Conventions, and put in the state you want to know about, and they will give you the list of what's coming up.
You guys going to have a field day this year in June, probably?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're having one. They've talked about, the Clay County Club has talked about going back to the Richland County Fairgrounds again.
Oh, that's cool.
Last full weekend in June.
That worked nicely. The Severe Weather Seminar set for this Saturday, the 18th, at the Keller Convention Center. Starts at 8 a.m. Bill will be there.
Oh, I'll be.
Teaching folks stuff. And sounds like a big time.
It is. We're hoping for a big crowd.
There you go. Bill, thanks for being here.
Sure thing.
See you all next time, folks. Have a great day, and we'll see you next on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey.